This Spirit Christmas used to be a Babies R Us. In the past, I explored an abandoned Toys R Us turned into Spirit Halloween. So I'll be doing the same thing here at this store located in Bohemia, New York. I'll look around at everything Spirit Christmas has to offer while trying to find anything left behind from Babies R Us. I came across old indications of Toys R Us before, so hopefully the same thing can happen here. Let's go. Right as you walk in, you have the classic big archway that says Gingerbread Lane at the top. On the left side, you have this big gingerbread man. These are only for sale at the end of the season, so when Spirit Christmas starts wrapping everything up, they will sell this to someone. And the same thing goes for this snowman right here. They're not animatronic and they're only sold at the end of Christmas. But if I had to pick a favorite between these two, I would definitely go with this snowman. I like how it's not just a classic snowman made out of snow, but it's actually ice cream. The first animatronic on this side is this Grinch, and I actually saw the exact same thing at Home Depot. The only difference was he was a little bit taller, but when you push the button, he does the exact same dance. And then of course, right next to the Grinch, you have this instant Christmas tree. On the other side, you have this reindeer, which I've said many times is my least favorite animatronic this year. And if you look at the price, it's actually on sale for $180 now. They have to try to get rid of it somehow. But if you look right in front of him, this is new. They have this little setup right here with 3 gifts, and then this snowman right there. As you make your way on down through the gingerbread lane, you come across these 2 huge gingerbread houses, with the first one right here being Reindeer Land of Lights. I never really know what to say about this one because it's nowhere near as good as the other one right across from it, where you have the Magic Hat, which is basically Frosty the Snowman's giant house. Frosty's doing well for himself. Look at him, he's even laughing at you right there through the window. Yeah, don't worry, Frosty, I see your giant house. Now, right next to the reindeer house, this is pretty interesting to see right here. Usually they only have the red outfit Nutcracker on display, but right here they have the black outfit version. I have not seen this one yet set up, so this is kind of cool. But besides from the outfit being different, he does the exact same thing and just sings a song. But overall, this is my favorite animatronic of this year. And at the end of all of that, you have the North Pole Post Office. And sitting inside of it is this swinging snowman. When you push right there, he starts swinging back and forth. But I will say, my one major complaint about this guy is that the snowman himself isn't animatronic. It's basically just a big plush that moves back and forth. But one of the coolest features about the post office is if you have a letter, you can put it in here, and then this light will turn on saying that you've been nice. Now, as for the items for sale, they have a bunch of these animated reindeers. There's 12 of them just sitting right here in this aisle. I guess they're not selling that well. But besides from all those reindeer, the only other animatronics to buy is this Krampus one. You won't see this guy on display, but they always usually have it on the floor. Now, as for the next big section, it's all the inflatables right here. I think I saw every one of these at the last store, but I'll check it out and see if they got anything new. Right in the front, you have this big gingerbread house archway with a little gingerbread man right there. For someone so small, he has the biggest door ever. And then coming out of it, you have Santa on his sleigh with 2 reindeer right there. And then on the other side of the gingerbread archway, you have this snowman with a sign that reads Merry Christmas. Over on this side, you start with this polar bear who's stealing a bunch of cookies with these penguins. Look at him trying to act all innocent, but they just got caught in the act. And I know there's one hiding in there. Look at it. Yep, there you are. Next to that, you have this giant teddy bear. And the only reason I really like this one is because it's made out of fur. So it gives it that extra level of detail that you usually don't see with inflatables. Now, here's one I haven't seen yet on display. You have this giant Nutcracker, and he actually moves his arm around. Look at this. He's like ready to stab someone with that candy cane. I gotta watch out for this guy. Now we of course have one of the giant inflatables, and the first one out of the 2 is this guy from A Nightmare Before Christmas. But surprisingly, this isn't actually the biggest inflatable they have. Those aren't even on display. You'll usually find those in the boxes. Next to this big inflatable, you have this polar bear hanging out with some more penguins. I guess these guys are best buddies, but this time they're doing a little bit of fishing. This one's holding it in its hands, and then this penguin actually just caught the fish. I came right in time to see it. Now we got the mailbox, but instead of people delivering letters, you have 2 dogs. People have gotten so lazy nowadays, they make their dog deliver the letters. Now we got one of my favorites. I have no idea why, I just find it funny. You got Santa, but he's stuck in the chimney, so he's kicking his legs around. Hopefully someone helps him, because I'm not gonna do it. I'll just leave him there for now. Now we got this snow globe, and if you take a look inside, it's this big Christmas tree with Santa. I said this last time, and I'll say it again. I wish they had snow blowing around inside of it. That would have definitely added to the inflatable and made it better, but instead we just get this giant light show. And for the final section, we have these 3 inflatables right here, starting with this one shoved in the back, it's a giant candy cane. I didn't see this one on display yet, and for good reason, because it's just literally nothing. But the one in the front is a little bit better, with these two snowmen trying to put a star on the top of this tree. For some reason, this actually reminds me of the 2010 Hallmark Singing Snowman. And for the final one, you have this giant Rudolph inflatable. This thing is 10 feet tall, and it's definitely big. But like I said, as big as this one is, they have bigger ones in the box that I'll show right now. Right here in the box, you have a Christmas tree and a Santa that are both 20 feet tall. I would love to buy one of these and see how tall it really is in person, but I bet the price is insane. And it's $300. I'm not surprised by that one bit. As for the other inflatables available, they really don't have a lot at all. The other location I've been to had a bunch, but I guess now that it's closer to Christmas, a lot of them have sold out. The only one they have available is this candy cane. No wonder why they do. It's the worst one. The only other item taking up all the shelf space is this snow machine. I like it, but I won't be buying it. You know, I want to save some for the next person. Looks like they're running low on stock right now. Over here, we have all the stocking stuffers, where it's a bunch of little toys that you can put in a stocking. And when I mean little, I mean pretty much all of them are just these tiny toys of something that is big usually. Like here's a really small Etch-a-Sketch, Connect 4, they got Operation, and even Elf on the Shelf. But that's not all they have. You also come across some of these action figures. You got Frosty right there. Here's the Cookie Monster, and here's Frankenstein. But as good as those are, nothing can beat the fart machine. You push this button and you got farts all over. But what are stocking stuffers without the stockings themselves? You have a bunch of these generic ones right here, but on this side they have some interesting ones where you'll come across a Christmas story. Here's Mickey Mouse, and they even have Snoopy. Now, one of my favorite sections is right here. You have a bunch of these scary ornaments called ornaments. Here's a Christmas story one where the leg is all messed up. And on the other side, there's even more scary ones, but I've seen pretty much all of these besides for Leatherface right here, the Wolfman, and then this guy from Trick or Treat. I've never seen this movie. At the bottom here, they have some animated plushes that I have not seen. This is like some goose, I guess, that talks. There you go, look at it sing. And they even have this snowman. There we go, he just spins around like crazy. And then the last one is this Christmas tree. And this one spins even faster than the other one. This thing can be violent, you gotta watch out. And now for the last main big thing at Spirit Christmas is all the different outfits they have. But surprisingly, they actually have a lot of new ones I haven't seen before. Like these mascot heads right here weren't in any other location. And then at the bottom here, they have these really big hats all made out of foam. You got this cowboy Santa hat, this elf looking Santa hat, here's elf hair, and they even have this giant top hat. Wow, that looks great. I might have to buy this. Over on this side, they have all the different costumes, and it's all the same things I've seen before, where you have the Grinch, Jack Skellington, here's Mrs. Claus, Santa Claus, and then this couple Christmas tree thing. Now we got the t-shirts. This one right here is always a struggle not to buy the shirt. I hold back every time. And speaking of elf, I did a video going to Home Depot, and they have the creepiest elf animatronic I've ever seen. That thing should have been in Spirit Christmas if they wanted creepy stuff. Now, of course, the other big thing is all the ugly sweaters. Like this one would definitely be one of my favorites because A Christmas Story is my favorite Christmas film. You also have Christmas Vacation right here that lights up, and even Bob Ross. I mean, when I think of Christmas, the first thing is him. And for some reason, they love Step Brothers. I didn't realize this was a Christmas classic, but I guess it is. Look at this. They have 3 just right here. Now, I had to show this. It's 2 sweaters combined into one. That's actually pretty funny right there. Now, as far as anything related to Babies R Us, I only found a few things. Unfortunately, there was no logos on the floor like there was at the Toys R Us location, but in the employee-only section, you could see pictures of babies on the wall, which pretty much tells you that this was a baby store. But even better than that, I found an old Toys R Us shopping cart. The one they were using in the store said Spirit Christmas on it, so I thought I wouldn't see any like this, but here in the back room, that was clearly used in a Toys R Us store. Hope you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and I am now selling merch. Click the link in the description to get yours today.